Hey everybody, it's Jim McGuinn from Teenage Kicks, Saturday mornings, 8 to 10 here on The Current. And we were very sad to learn of the passing of Pete Shelley last week. He was living in Estonia and he died of a heart attack at the age of 63, and he's best known for his work as the frontman and the leader of the band the Buzzcocks. They were one of the original punk bands, and the story of how they kind of got started is pretty interesting. Howard Devoto and Pete Shelley, two students in Manchester, going to university. And Manchester is sort of like what Duluth is to the Twin Cities, Manchester maybe is to London, plus football hooliganism, perhaps. But they read a review of the first Sex Pistols show in the NME, and they were so intrigued that they trekked down to London to check out the second show, and they convinced the band to come to Manchester, and they booked the famous show at the Lesser Free Trade Hall, where members of the Fall and Joy Division and the Smiths and of course the Buzzcocks were all in attendance. It's one of those famous gigs of all time. The second time the Pistols came to Manchester, the Buzzcocks were the opening band. So they formed that band, and one of the interesting things about them is you had the Clash and the Pistols taking a very political stance, lyrically, destroy and all that, and the Buzzcocks with Pete Shelley as the songwriter wrote more from the heart. They wrote more personal songs and wrote about a lot about sort of romantic angst. And they had 3 brilliant albums together. And then Pete Shelley ended up going solo, and he had a couple of records in the 80s. Later, the Buzzcocks would reform and continue to tour and make great records to this day. They actually came to the Current studios, I think it was 2006 or 2007, early in the Current's lifetime, one of the last times that they came through the Twin Cities. And you've written a classic song if you go to iTunes and you find over 50 versions of that song. And there are versions of the song I'm about to play that are, well, there's actually ukulele versions, but there's also dance versions, there's really sad Americana versions, there's all kinds of punk interpretations of this song. So Pete Shelley, we say farewell to you, we celebrate your music, and particularly this classic song, Ever Fallen in Love, which goes something like this. Emotions, you make me feel unloved, and I'm hurt. Ever fallen in love with someone, ever fallen in love with someone, ever fallen in, been in love with someone you shouldn't have fallen in love with. It's a great song. The Buzzcocks were an awesome band, and we pay tribute to them this week on Teenage Kicks.